What's up, guys? Welcome back to the dairy. Delaplaine, Arkansas is the place, and I was just over here checking out the field, and it says ready to harvest, but I mean, I think it'll get a little longer than that. I'm going to try one more day just to see if it does, and we'll be able to do that. Now, looking over at the other field, this is a little shorter, so I do want to only lease that mower because I think it's about a $25,000 investment. I don't want to do that for one field. I want to do that for both. Also, on the to-do list, you see how this whole thing goes around? The whole perimeter. There's trees all around everything, and then you can get to here. Now, I'll get to here in a minute, but I would like to cut a couple paths through here. That way we can, maybe not here, but that way we can get over to this farm. We can kind of connect everything. It's kind of on the agenda when we get a slow day, maybe a rainy day, I'm not sure, but yeah, here you go. Here is 8 greenhouses. As you can see, they're already producing lettuce, so we'll have a little bit of things to sell. I'm waiting for them to be just a little bit more full, but as you can see, full lettuce, and lettuce is going to make us quite a bit of money. Again, I just want to get this filled up. Now, today we have a couple spraying contracts. We're going to put some fertilizer into some fields. I do want to also sell this. I believe we're going to get $60,000 for this bunker. And this bunker really didn't work out. When I was driving, when I was about in the middle, I would fall through all of the silage, even if it was packed in. I would just fall through it. So that wasn't really a fun experience for me. I'm going to sell this for $60,000. And hopefully get a fermenting silo that's gonna sit over here so that we can just have silage make itself, and then from there maybe put a TMR station over here. That's kind of what I'm thinking for this area. This isn't going to be the farm. This is a part of our farm, obviously, but when we get enough money, we're going to actually build a farm. This one is just going to kind of be where we make feed. We're just keeping our cows here for right now. Anyway, I'm going to go look at some contracts, and I will get right back to it when I figure one out. Okay, now, again, I will explain. We have a tractor sitting right there, and we are leasing one. All of this costs $1,200, which is a whole lot cheaper than leasing the implement and then getting all of everything else. So what we're going to do is $1,200. It will take $1,200 to do this contract, but we will get this thing done on someone else's dime. We're not going to worry about the gas or the wear and tear on our vehicle. We are just going to worry about this one and getting it done. Now, we are a far ways away from the field, so we're going to have to try to get over there and a decent amount of time. The good news is it's 6:11 right now. We should make it over there probably, hopefully by 8. I mean, it's a long ways. It's all the way on the other side of the map, but anyway, we'll get to it, and I'll pick it up when we get closer. Alright, now driving in the town of Delaplaine, there was a time where the farm was going to move to Delaplaine. That right there, field 79 and 78 behind there, that was going to be the spot that we were going to move instead of the agroforest where we're at now. Kind of happy with how everything worked. I like doing the Delaplaine map with this series anyway, so kind of happy how everything worked. But yeah, we're pretty close to field 43. If you can see, we're headed over there on the west side, and we're almost there. Almost there. Then we'll start getting towards the contract. It's 6:30. I've made much better time than I thought I would, so yeah, good news, no traffic. Alright, so 7:45, and we are about 80% done with the field. And we've only got a couple more passes. We got to go all the way down to there, if you can see it through the fog. Come back, and then be done again. I think this field's probably going to give me a little bit of problems, only because if you see in the bottom left, the map, and you see all the way to the right, there is a little sliver that I did not get, and I didn't miss it. It was that when I was going over it, even though it was overlapping it, it wasn't getting it. So I'm not sure if it's going to leave a few percentile points away from, from getting the contract complete. If it is, I'm just going to call it good and give myself the money that they're going to give us. But it's kind of a bummer. I just wanted to work. That's kind of what I wanted to do. But yeah, either way, we're going to continue this on, and I'll pick it up right when we are about done. All right, now about done with the field, 99% done. It is now completed. We get these things fully done though. So we're going to go to the end of the row here, pick up another contract, and when we do the second contract, I'm going to think about what I want to do build-wise with this farm, because we have, and we are going to have, a little over $300,000 in the bank account. And yeah, we need some equipment. We also need a farm. I mean, we have a cow pen, and that's about it. We really need to like actually start working on building a farm. And the only way that's going to happen is by buying some extra land. I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I do want to include where we started. Like I said, that's going to be where we get food and things like that. I think I'm going to turn that cow pen that we use now, into a calving barn. Then we will get the real, the barn that we're going to use as the dairy. I'm hoping. I'm going to look. I'm probably way off. I'm probably way off as far as how much things cost, but I want to at least window shop and see what we can do. Either way, I'm going to get back to the farm, and we are going to figure out another contract. Okay, now back at the farm, and full disclaimer, I went for a contract, and it really bugged the game out for some reason. It got me thinking, what else can I do? Kind of glad that happened. Well, not glad, but making a bad thing a good thing. Field 153 is almost all of our money. It's 236,000. We have 331. Yes, we're going to be left with about $100,000, $90,000, right? But the thing is, we need field 153. And what we're going to do with field 153 is, because these two fields right here, 137 and 139, each equal about $600,000 in silage, we can add more money doing it this way and planting grass here, and then adding this. Eventually we'll add field 11 too, and this will probably be our farm. But this is kind of what I'm focusing on. Maybe add up a little around here, but this is kind of the area right here. So I do want to add field 153. We're going to buy that right now, $236,000, which is quite a bit. $95,000 we have right now. It's growing cotton. I have no plans to do cotton. And if we see, I will go down to the field that we just bought. If I always get disoriented with this, but we will hustle down there with the super speed, and we'll look at field 153 as it's right here on the right. As you see, there is cotton growing in there, but I want to plow all that. I want to lime and put seed down and all that other stuff to make this a grass field. That way we can add it to this one and to this one. I think that makes the most sense. And then maybe we will put a farm over here. I'm not really sure yet which one of the fields we want to get. And then I was talking about field 11 that we want to get as well. That's this one. So we would have all four, and it might be a cool farm back there. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about it, but I do know that we're going to have to get a plow now to plow field 153, because I don't want it to be cotton. We'll go through all of those stages, try to today get one field 153, that is, all ready to go. Now, when I got a second, I do have the plow. I wanted to thank you guys for the thoughts on the tractor. I do like this tractor as well. Love the strong blue that it has. I do like New Holland, so they are good. But yeah, the blue power as we have. We are going to get into this field over here that I just showed you. We got to get that grass picked up. That bothers me every single episode, and every single episode I forget to pick it up. But I'm going to get in the field here. It's 8:30. I'm hoping to be done by noon. I'm not sure. I have no official prediction, but noon would be an incredible time to be done. That way we might be able to get some other stuff done. Anyway, let's plow this field up because there's no way that I'm doing any cotton of the sort. I am going to turn this right into grass and make some money off of it. Anyway, I'll pick it up when we're a little further ahead. All right, now a couple hours into this field, 10:30 is the time, and we're not doing too bad. Not really sure if noon's gonna happen, but when am I ever right on that? It could, though. It'll be close. I'm thinking it'll be 1 just because I have to be wrong somehow with this prediction, as I always am. Oop, don't want to cut it that close. Yeah, I'm usually wrong in these predictions, but we'll see. 10:30 right now. I'm trying to get this done by 1. That way I can start getting all the other stuff done, but yeah, we'll see. The only way to do is to just keep on moving. Want to get this done today so that we can kind of get it on the schedule with the other 2. Now, we're going to cut those other 2, and I want this grass to already be growing. That way we can just cut all 3 the next time. Again, just saving money by doing all 3 at once instead of when they might individually be done, because this field's going to be good. That field way off in the distance is going to be good, but that one still needs to be plowed up and put some lime on, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to collect whatever we can. But these 2 fields right here will be good, so they probably will grow a little faster. Okay, now coming out of the field, it's a little after 12, and as you see in the top right, I did lease a lime spreader, $2,200, $2,300, we'll say, dollars, which is well worth it. We're going to put some lime down, and then we are going to seed some grass, but yeah, 12-14, I think we might be able to get all that done. If not, then we'll just end with the lime and do some other stuff, but I don't know. Now, first, before we do all that, I guess I'll hook up to this since I'm right here, but I did want to see if I had any lime. I don't remember if I do or not. So we will drive over there and see. I know I have hay, or I'm sorry, straw. I know I have seeds. There's the seeds. Is that fertilizer or lime? Yeah, so 2 things of lime. That will help us a little bit. Pull up there and get this, because they're so close, we want to make sure that we get the right ones. Can't put hay in this, so that's a good thing. Now we will definitely get this, and there's the lime. I'm going to add this up, and then probably buy a couple more, get over to the field, and start doing the job. Okay, now $3,600 we spent on 8 bags of lime, and are we going to need 8 bags of lime? No, we're not. I hope not, anyway. The things that we do not use, we will just put over there in storage, because we're going to need them, that's for sure. And that's kind of how I figured. Might as well get them all now. I'll move them in a little bit, but right now we have to get the field done, so going to fill all this up, and then we are going to head on over to the field. 12:30 right now by the time we get in the field, as it's right there. Thank goodness. Tired of getting lost on this map, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I don't know what time. I'm hoping maybe 2, and then we'll see. I mean, we'll see how late it gets, but I don't know. I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking about it. I don't know if we're going to be able to have time to seed. I think we will. It's June. It's going to be nice, and we are going to have some sunshine. So maybe we will do that. But let me get in the field here. Let me figure all this out, and I will pick it up when I'm a little bit further ahead. All right, 2:33, and we are headed to get more lime. We've gotten pretty far with this current set, but yeah, getting some more lime, gonna get the field done. Like I said, 2:33. I think we might be able to get this field done and seed the grass. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I'd get all this done today, and then we would be much happier and much further off with this field. I think the field was definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go, instead of doing another contract, because now at least we'll have this to always mow and continuously make money from. But
yeah, I'm going to keep filling this up and continue on. We'll see where we go. All right, now 3:30, and we are running out of lime quick. Real quick, actually. 11%. This is what we've got done. We still have, I'd say, right, half the field. In full disclosure, you wonder, how do you use this much lime? And I tell you that I was recording the first part of this episode last night. The second part, right now. Whoops. And I fell asleep. I ended up liming some other guy's field for a while, driving just completely in the straight line that I was. So, yeah, we lost a little lime because I fell asleep at the wheel, quite literally. But that's okay. We'll move on. I'm going to buy some more lime. I'm going to get this field done. It's 3:30. I don't know, based on how long this has taken, I don't know if we're going to have enough time to seed. And maybe that'll be a good spot to end when we get done with this. I don't know yet. Let's see how fast we can get that done. But yeah, we still have half of it to do. All right, now back at the farm, filling up, and yeah, it's been a lot of lime. Okay, it's been about $7,000 of lime that we've had. I'm hoping that this is all of the lime that we'll need. Again, we can put this away and save it for another day, which is something that we probably will have to do anyway. I don't really anticipate that I'm going to guess exactly how much lime we need, so we should probably have some leftovers. But yeah, let's get back into the field after I fill this up. We'll just keep going. Approaching 4 o'clock. If I can get this done by 5, that would be great, and then we'll see from there. All right, now here in the field, got 23% of the lime that we just filled up left. It really goes quick, and I'm going this way instead of the long way because I got to do something about the horsepower here. I don't know if a weight would help, but going uphill like that is insane. I don't know if a weight would help, but yeah, going uphill, we're going like 5 miles an hour as opposed to right now 11, which obviously uses a lot more lime because we're going slower. So I want to try to get away from all that, trying to go smarter paths, because if not, it's going to end up costing us a fortune. But we are getting on our way. And also, you know, when there's 100% filled as opposed to 14% filled here with this lime spreader, it's a lot heavier. So I don't know, maybe I'll fill up half and just keep going over more, because then we can drive a little faster, and I guess it's a little bit more cost effective. 11% of this to go. I'm just going to keep going this way, like all the way up there. As you can see, not even that big of a hill. It's just gradual enough to kind of be a pain. But yeah, like I said, going to keep going about this. See how fast we can get this done. Got 45 minutes until 5 o'clock. So I guess we'll see where we end. All right, 5:41, and we're just now getting done. This is about the last one that I have to do. You know, there's some spots, but it doesn't matter. Lime costs too much money to care about all those spots. We've got most of the field done. That's the important part. And that's probably where I'm going to leave it right now. The next time, we're going to probably seed this up, and we have to get working on the farm, at least a little bit of a cleanup crew. I want to get that bunker out of there. I want to get a couple things built over there. We have $81,000, so every time I have a plan, it seems like we end up losing money. Not losing money, but, you know, spending it where we need to, and then have no money to, you know, make purchases or anything. But maybe we'll do a contract next time and clean that up. Maybe the lettuce will be done. That'll be great, because the produce being done will help our financial bottom line quite a bit. But guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. If you got this far, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. It helps the channel out a ton. Until next time, talk to you later. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the dairy. Delaplaine, Arkansas is the place, and
this small little barn is where we all started. Now, I'm looking into the cows, and I'm realizing that they probably could use a top off. The silage is getting to be about, I don't know, 70%. Now, I'm someone that tends to forget these things, so I do want to get some silage into here, just a bale, but I also realize that we don't have any silage. So, we're going to order some. We're going to have some delivered here to the store, and I will grab the skid steer, and I'm going to put them over here. This is where kind of all of the stuff is. These are the seeds over here. Yeah, the seeds are, both of these things are seeds. And then we've got straw right here. So I'm going to put a couple bales of silage right here in this open area so that I can keep everything over here, and so that we'll have a few extra bales for when we need them. Okay, now over here in the skid steer, as you see in the top right, the bales of silage, we got 8 of them, $15,750. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these over to where we just were, and they're huge. They're huge. We got the biggest ones. I was like, I'm going to regret this decision. Well, I might, but we're about to find out. Let's see. I can't even see. I think this is... Oh yeah, they're all gonna fall. Not yet. I mean, even if they do, I guess it's easier for me. Anyway, we're gonna get this one in. Yeah, see, they're pretty big. They're huge. Anyway, I'm gonna get this in here. This will probably fill us up for the whole summer. Now we've got silage. Alright, now coming in here, just gonna drop this right here and be on our day. Well, hopefully. There. I just glitched into the Matrix. Anyway, there that one goes. We'll see what we're looking for. That was crazy. I just deleted, or it just vanished. I don't know. I just became invisible there for a second. Now you see that the total capacity is up a little higher. We can still go, but I think we'll just leave it for now. Well, you know what? We're doing it. What I'll do is I'll put the one more bale in there, and then we'll put the rest of them over there. I'll pick it up when I'm closer to done. Alright, now all of the bales are behind the building. I'm just going to put one more bale here. Try to grab it in the middle. One more bale going into the barn. And then I think we'll probably be good for a while. I think that would probably get us up to like 130% if I was really trying to keep track. But we're not. We're just trying to make sure that our cows are well taken care of. Alright, let me back out of here. The noisy barn. Alright, and then we're just going to park this over here, and we are going to get into the field today, guys. Here's where I parked, or here's where I've gotten all the silage. But today we are going to have to get in the field. I will grab a seeder. I'm going to lease one. Man, that is loud. I'm going to grab a seeder, lease a seeder, and go over to our field down there. If you see in the white, that's the one that we limed last time. So we're going to make sure that we get seed in there and make sure that that is planted with grass. Busy day as always, but at least we'll have these 3 fields. This one right here, the grass, the one that goes around the perimeter, and then the one that is way out there. We'll have those all done. Alright, now driving back to the farm, I actually had to go to the field that we're going to. I left the tractor over there from last time. But I did decide to lease a seeder, and when we're spending money, I decided, since that seeder's so big, getting around that barn, I mean, I could have, but we do need seed anyway, so I'm buying 4 more bags of seed. Now, why do we need seed? Well, we've got a couple plans in the future, but for right now, let's just say that it will help out with seeding the field that we're about to seed. So, yeah, let's get over. We're all blue here today, which is a complete contrast to the other series I do, the farm, which were all red. I do like that. And let me change from wheat to grass, because I already know, that we'll plant a whole field of wheat, and then I'll get really, really mad at myself. Anyway, we're going to fill this up, and I will pick this back up when we're a little bit on our way into working this field. All right, so second trip around the field, 8:42 right now, and we are honestly getting there. I mean, we're driving 12 miles an hour. We're going down a hill right now, but it still counts. It still counts. It's still our field. And we're soon going to get grass off of it. I think we'll probably get a cutting off of this. The next thing we're probably going to do is head over to the other two fields and cut those. I don't want to wait anymore for those, but I'm going to have to seed this up first so this starts growing at least. Then probably next year we'll be able to, well, definitely next year, we'll be able to get all three of them on the same cycle, everything good. And the one straight ahead to the left, it needed liming. I forgot to lime it. Might even plow all that up and do the lime. I don't know how bored I'm going to be, because honestly, it's not a great difference, but you know, at least they'd all be the same. Anyway, we're going to continue on with this, 8:47, hoping to get this done sometime this morning. All right, 10:30, and we're getting close. There's a chance that we get this done by 1 o'clock, maybe? Which, that's not terrible. I'll take that. Usually my guesses are far worse than that, but yeah, there's just, like, the terrain on this field is such that when you're going uphill, it's not a long time, it's just a gradual, or I'm sorry, it's not steep, it's just gradual. So you're sitting there forever going, you know, much slower than what I'm doing right now, and wondering if it'll ever end. That's a big stretch right there, but the good news is that when we're done, this will be over. We won't have to seed it anymore, and all we'll have to do is mow it. When we mow it, that's when we're making money anyway. Like I said, 10:30, hoping by 1 o'clock. Alright, now a few minutes before noon, and remember I was talking about the grading issue in this field and how long it takes to get all the way up there? Well, I found that out after one pass, and decided to start going left to right, or I guess this way instead of the other way. And as a result, it looks like if this were a picture, I guess we would have been scribbling this field. But yeah, like, and I missed a spot, but that's all right. I'll be back there. But yeah, that's why we have 4 squares, because I found it out early that it was taking so long to get all the way up there. We were driving about 4 miles an hour, and that I can't have. And it doesn't even look bad. It's just, I don't know. The tractor, I think the tractor is like 304 horsepower. This is 275. I could have went down a little bit, I guess, but yeah. Either way, gonna keep going. I don't think we're gonna get done by 1. Actually, I know we're not gonna get done by 1. I'm just hoping this isn't an all-day thing now. And now 12:33, and do you see what I mean? We're going 5 or 6, sometimes 7, but not often. How slow we're going? Now, when we go the other way, we will be going 10 or 11. So that is the problem right now. That is why it's taking so long. That's why it's going to probably take us a good majority of, well, it already has taken us a good majority of the day just to get this field all seeded. All right, now 1 o'clock on the nose, and we are dangerously running low on gas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to drive back to the farm. Hopefully we have enough gas to get there. I think we do. And then I will put in a gas tank at the farm. We'll we'll refuel, and then we will be good to go. But yeah, 1 o'clock. I think this is probably going to be all day. I'm not really sure, but it's not looking good. Neither is our gas tank. This is, I guess, the best part about owning this grass right here. It's not ready yet. I think I want to wait and see, because you see where I didn't get to mow. It's a little longer, so I want to wait a little bit. But the best part about owning this is we just get to beeline it right over here. Save a whole lot of time. Okay, now back here at the farm, and we're gonna have to put this somewhere. I want to put it, I guess, right here by the cows for now. Well, I don't want to do that. Let's put it back here, away from everything, and we'll still have this little area right here that's paved that we can put it here. Now we're gonna go over and refuel, and yeah, that fuel is going really low. Usually I like to buy a tank, that way I can take it with the truck anywhere, but I kind of do want to. This isn't going to be our main farm, however, it will serve a purpose right now as our main farm, so we're just going to have this here in the ground. Now if I don't roll or run into this, we can try to get this. Let's see here. Yes, we want to buy it. $14,000. We are spending money today. We're going to fill this up and we are going to get back into the field. All right, now 133 and we're just done, and we didn't even fill up. We just fueled up a little bit, enough to get this field done for sure, but I forgot I had realistic refueling on, and yeah, it takes a minute to fill this tractor full of all of this diesel, but we got it done. We did buy a gas tank so that we can have everything over there, so we'll be fine there. Now we just got to get back into this field and get this job done, because it's already 1:30. We're going to be approaching 2 o'clock any time now, and we're still not done with this field. Alright, couple minutes to 4, and we're still in this field. This field is huge. It's going to make us a lot of money. We're not going to have to do this anymore. It's not going to take as much money or time as this did, but man, this was an investment of both a day of money. We've spent a lot of money. I think roughly $60,000 today with no return. So 4 o'clock. Hopefully we can sneak something in, because we've still got a couple hours, but let's get back to the farm and we will see what our options are. Okay, now back at the farm, and just looking at what we have, we took back the seeder, so the seeder's not there anymore, and we put all of the seed back. So this is how much seed we have. We won't have to buy seed for a little bit. Silage is looking really good. All of these silage bales are huge, 6,500 liters of silage, so they're going to be good. And there's one in the barn. And then we've got these big bales of straw, all 5,000 liters. If we look in here, there's already one right here. Oh, shush. There's one right here. So we're all ready to go with food. We're all ready to go so that they won't die. Now, that's not going to produce us the most milk, but it's going to make sure that they don't die. Now, in order to produce the most milk, we are going to need some TMR. Now, this right here, this bunker, I don't know, when I got to here, even when it was packed down, the tractor would fall all the way through, and it was annoying me. Usually I do make bunkers use bunkers like this, but this one for some reason is just really odd. So I'm going to sell it, and then I'd like to put maybe a TMR mixer over here. That's probably what I'm going to do. So let me first sell this. We're going to sell this. It's going to cost $60,000. Or I'm sorry, it's going to give us $60,000. Now, I know for a fact that we're not able to do anything about all of this stuff right now. We have to pick it up. So I want to put the TMR mixer maybe over here. And there is a TMR mixing station right here. I want to be able to go behind it as well, because you're going to drive through that to pick it up. So I want to have it a little out here. And I might have to move myself. Oh, that'll be all right. This will be good. And then we'll draw the road in as we go. But that TMR mixer right there is $30,000. So at least we'll gain $30,000. But yeah, this is where we put everything that we need. And then we'll pick everything up over here. And if we go into the factories. We'll go down to the TMR mixing station. We'll need hay, mineral feed, silage, and straw. That will give us some TMR. So, and the TMR is exactly what we want to feed the cows. So that's what that is. And then over here in the silo, we've got a bunch. I think I'm going to get a digital display to put right here. That way we know how many things we have over here in the silo, because the silo is going to be that this silo is probably going to be our main one for a while. So you have to fix that a little bit, but yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. This one took a while because of the field that we did, but at least it's seeded up. At least it's ready to go. We got this all done, and again, I want to put a pathway through here to, try to cut this all up so that we can get back here, and then we'll do so over there, and we'll do so over here so that we can get to both fields without going all the way out to the road. Not that it's a busy road, it's just that it will make the farm look a little bit better. Anyways, that's what I said. I'm going to leave it here. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. We're on our way to 3,000. I'm hoping to get there soon. You can help that out by hitting the subscribe button. But until next time, I'll talk to you then. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the dairy. Delaplaine, Arkansas is the place. July 2nd is where we're at in the summer. It's already starting to be in the middle of summer here. That happened very quickly. Now, we're going to be taking this field. I already accepted it. It's $18,000. It's going to be, I probably think it's going to be a pretty quick one. We're going to jump in here and do this field real quick, make some money. Today, I do want to stay at the farm a little bit. Now, I know we're not on the farm right now, so what am I talking about? But I do want to start to try to get some stuff cleaned up. And I'm hoping that taking this contract will help pay for maybe a mixing wagon or something like that, where we can pick up all of the chaff that was left over. If you remember last episode, we sold the bin, the silage bin there, for $60,000, and then we bought a TMR machine or TMR factory for $30,000. So obviously, we made $30,000 on that conversion. However, we have a lot of chaff that is still left over in the bunker that didn't get into the bunker. I'm not able to just paint over that, so I have to get that off the field. And besides, if we ferment the chaff, then I believe it will become silage, and we'll have a little bit more silage to go around. But today, we're going to do this real quick. It's not going to be a day full of contracts. It's going to be this, and perhaps we could probably get into the field and mow. I'm not sure, though. I have to look at all three fields. I haven't looked at the one that we just planted. I expect that that's going to be shorter, but if it's ready to be mowed, I will mow it then and catch it up with the others. But yeah, we're going to get this field done. Like I said, it's already 15% done. We're not even one way around the whole thing, so should be quick. Okay, now almost the whole way around this field, and as you see, 47% of the way done. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm glad we started this off early because we got a lot of things to do today, and I anticipate that it's going to take a good amount of time, especially over at the farm. I'm hoping maybe we can get a mower at some point and then start mowing over at the farm, because it badly needs it. It's as long as the grass can get, so need to do a little bit better job of picking that up. But pretty proud of myself that on the other side of the barn we have everything organized. That is so not me, and man, we're making it happen. I actually know the inventory that I have at this farm, so we're getting better with each episode, I think. All right, now 7 o'clock on the dot, and we are done with this field. Now we're gonna get, I believe, around 18,000. So even if it's not the exact amount of, oh, I meant to turn off the seeder. I turned off the tractor. Even if it's not the exact amount, it's at least going to put a dent into that cost, and that's really all we need. Anyway, I'll get back to the farm and I'll pick it up when I'm there. Alright, now just getting back to the farm now, and I believe that the forage mixers are going to be about $11,000, and that's going to be about what we got from this contract.
But my argument is that we're going to save a lot of time by using the forage mixer on this. I really think it'll be a lot faster to do that than to pick all of this up with a bucket. And I'm really also not sure how that's going to react game physics wise. I don't know if it's going to let me grab that or if it's going to. Well, I guess we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to lease the equipment that we need, and it's going to be $11,000. I just looked, but $11,000 for a lot of time saved. Okay, now if you remember the contract that we did just a few minutes ago from Katie was $18,000. This is $11,800. So we're still going to come out ahead for the day so far, and we're going to be able to save a lot of money. I'm hoping, got to get those out of there. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get this done in a short amount of time. That way we're able to get a lot more done here today. Alright, well, today has been an amazing day for me with Farm Simulator. Nothing seems to be working, and now I guess the chaff is not looked at as silage, even though I guess we have to technically dry it out and stuff to make it silage. We can't pick it up with that. So I guess we're just going to have to use the bucket, and it's going to take all day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on these fields because that's annoying me. I can't do that right now. I want to see if these fields are good. They are. So what we're going to do is just take an L with the money situation and just get these fields mowed up. So at least we're doing something today. All right, so let's see if I can keep up with this. We were about 6,000 or 7,000 ahead after we had gotten the forage mixer. I can't use that, so we took that back and we got $7,000 from that. Now, $24,000 later, we have leased this, and at least we're going to make some money from it, quite a bit of money from it. The last time we leased the forage wagon is well behind it, but if you recall, when I looked down like this at this way, the wagon was higher than it needed to be. I think it's because of the mix or of the mower being so high. So what we're going to do is just have somebody, I'm going to pay somebody to mow the fields for us, and then I am going to follow with a forage wagon and pick that up. So let's get this guy started on the field. That way we can get something done here today. It's still early. We haven't wasted the day yet. We've wasted some money, but still not the day. All right, so I just moved that over there. Everything I think is off the grass, and just because I'm gonna forget to mow this, I'm gonna mow this up by myself right now. When the worker gets here, we will put him in the field and we will follow him around. But for right now, I want to at least mow this yard that hasn't been mowed, I think, since we've gotten it. All right, now we have gone one time through. It's not going to be the greatest mow of all time, but it's going to be something that at least it'll look a little bit better than it does now. We're not able to get over by the tractor too close because of all of the chaff that's out there, but you know, for this, for instance, first it will help us. We'll be able to ferment this, but also it makes the farm not look so, you know, shaggy, I guess. It looks a little bit better kept up, and as long as we've got the mower too, it takes half a second. As right there, we're already done. So now I'm going to get this guy over into the field. He's going to start working and going wherever he goes, because honestly, that's what the workers do here. And we will get him started, grab a forage wagon, and start following. All right, now on second thought, we could follow them and we could drive around with them, but I think what we're going to do instead is make a few dollars. Katie's got another field 9, and we're going to be fertilizing it for about 35,000, but once we take out the lease costs and things, it'll be about 32,000 something is what I'm guessing, just looking at that quickly. But yes, we are going to borrow the items. That way we don't have to worry about our gas and our wear and tear. There they are. They just flew from the sky. We're going to get this loaded up, get over there, and this will probably be the last contract we do today. That way we can start picking up the grass, but it's only 8 o'clock, and they're just getting started, so I figure why not give them a little bit of a head start, because I think we'll be able to go through there a lot faster than they'll be able to mow it. So let me hook this up, and I will get started in that field. Alright, well, we're on our way right now, 8:30, and we're waiting for the train, but we're almost there. And then we can get this thing started. I hope it's like the other field where it's fairly short, because I do want to get into the field, our field today, and start picking up the grass. Why is that not letting me? Well, there's a grading issue. Might have to fix that. I don't think we can, though. Anyway, that's beyond our scope. What we need to do is go to the field so we can make some extra money. Alright, now we are about to get into the field. Love the lines here, the row crops or whatever, because then I can figure out where I need to drive. And you're thinking, yes sir, that is why they make them. I'm just saying I like them. I enjoy them. It took me a little bit of time to come around to them, but now I understand that they are just here to help me. We're going to get into this field. Well, we're already in this field, and we're going to really try to get this done. It looks like a pretty big field. Alright, now this contract is going to give us $34,000, and we are already into this field now, hoping that it's not going to be forever. I like that 4% is already done, and we haven't even gotten to the end. That right there is a good sign. Alright, little after 9:20, and we are getting on with it. 52% of the way done. I'm hoping by 10:30 we'll be done. Then we will have the whole afternoon to get everything good with our fields, which I think I'm going to make most hay, and it's only because we've already got a lot of silage. I'll have to look again, but I think we're gonna leave the first one hay because it's going to take a little longer to get hay done, and then the second one we will do the silage. We still have to get a silo for the silage, the fermenter. I think that's going to be $30,000, so we have enough money right now, and we'll make enough money from this contract to get that done anyway. That's not the issue. It's really just we need some hay and other things so that we could make some TMR. Okay, now a little after 10, and as you can see in the top right, we are done. Now we're going to get this whole line done. I checked in on the mower over at the farm. He is done, so we're going to get him into the other field once we get over there. $150 an hour is what he costs, and he's worth every penny, because that's going to get us a lot closer to getting all of that stuff, all of that grass, should I say, off of the field and usable for us. It's just that much faster now that we can afford workers, and I plan on using them a lot more. But yeah, we're all done with this. Let me get back to the field, or the farm, and we'll get more things done. Okay, now back at the farm, and we got $33,000 off that contract. We just spent $72,000, and that's because we bought that forage wagon right ahead. Let me start the engine first here, and we can go pick up all of this grass. Actually, we're going to also buy a tedder, because I'm going to flip this grass so that it can be hay over there. This I'm going to get out of the way for right now. Well, I can actually pick this up over here, all of the stuff we did here at the farm, and I'll just make this into silage. I'll just put it into the into that silo right quick here, just for the sake of time, and then after we pick all this up, then we will get the silage mixer, or the silage silo, I guess is what we'll call it, the silage silo. We'll put it over there in between our regular silo and the TMR mixer. I think that's probably the best use for it. But we're going to pick all of this up that we just mowed here. The farm's going to look a lot better. It's going to be looking mowed. We're going to have to get a smaller mower for over there, but overall, at least it doesn't look like it's just one big hay field. So we're going to pick this up, put it into the silo, and then we'll get to leasing the tedder. Okay, so all mowed up, and now I've got the tedder. We just bought this for $16,000. That's why we only have $10,000 left to our name right now. But on the flip side of all that, on the good side of all that, we are increasing how many things we have and how many things we do not have to lease, which is good. We're gonna need this, so I bought it, and because we're gonna need to get hay fairly regularly. But yeah, let's get through this field, and oh, before I forget,
let's get this guy over into the other field way beyond there. We're going to have him mow. I'll get where he missed. I didn't have him do the headlands because I think it always messes up, at least for me, when they do. So I'll get around these headlands first, and then I will get into the other field. We'll have him mow it up, and we're going to use that for silage. All right, now over here near the greenhouses, and I also want to get this because I know that the worker is going to try, and I don't want him to. Look at all that lettuce right there that we're able to sell. It's going to be a good day. Going to be a good day when we sell all that lettuce. We will make a ton of money. So that's what I'm saying. We have more than $10,000. Even though it says $10,000, lettuce is a lot of money, and there's a lot of pallets of lettuce over there. So that's why we did it. We're going to try to make some money here. But I'm just going to, well, if I can turn the mower on, I'm going to box all of this off so that the worker doesn't, hopefully doesn't, get from here to the road. Alright, still over here, and I just ended up mowing all of it. Why not? We'll just get that done. We're right here, too, with the mower, so we'll just get the worker started over here in this field, and then we will continue on with our day. Alright, now we got the worker over there in the field. I don't think we'll be able to see him. I think he's over there. But we are getting all of this grass tedded up. We're going to make all of this hay, obviously. That's why we're doing the tedding. But I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get TMR here next year. Our cows, just as a reminder, are expected to be born late August, early September. So we have a little bit of time, not a lot of time. July 2nd right now, so I don't know. We're cutting it pretty close. The good thing is we're going to have some money to mess around with because we probably will be able to cut this one more time, and if worse comes to worse, outside of the contracts, we're going to be able to make a lot of money on silage. Okay, now back over here at the farm. Now I've got a worker, two workers. I got one worker helping me flip hay over there with the tedder. I've also got another worker out there in the field. Can we see him? There he is. And he's mowing that for us. So we're doing well as far as workers and work is concerned. I don't know where he is. There he is. So he's going to flip all of that. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to make some more money because we've only got $10,000. I wanted to lease a tractor and use the forage wagon to get out there and help with the collection. But where are we going to put it? We don't have a fermenting silo right here, is what they call it. I just remembered. They don't have that. We don't have that here. So we're going to have to get some extra money. I did look into the contracts, and I've got a fertilizing job for $25,000. Infield 113. That's what we're going to do right now. Of course, we're going to borrow all of the items because we don't really have anything. But we're going to get over there, and I will pick this back up when we are in that field. Alright, now as promised, it's a few minutes before noon, and we're making pretty good progress over here. I know we're going to get this contract done today. We also, like I said, have a worker helping us with the tedding, a worker helping us with the mowing, and we'll get some money from this. Unfortunately, not enough to buy the fermenting silo, but it's looking like in the next episode, we're going to make sure that we collect all of the grass. This episode, I think, is more going to be either mowing it or flipping it for hay so that we're eventually able to collect all of this. But right now, we're just trying to make some money so that we can pay all that off. We'll probably have to do another contract, or just thinking of it now, we'll probably just sell that lettuce and we'll end up getting the fermenting silo. But let me continue on with this. We're doing pretty good. I'm not going to make a guess because I'm always wrong, but I know that we'll get done before it's too late. Alright, 10 minutes to 1, and yeah, we're done with that contract. We're doing very well today. I think this might be the most productive day so far. Now, I guess not fair because we have 2 workers instead of no workers, but we are getting there, and we are able to afford that because of the contracts that we've been doing. I honestly don't want to do contracts all the time. I don't want to have episodes where there's all contracts all the time. But we do need money,
And now that we do have some money, now we can focus more on the farm. But the farm's right up there on the left. We're going to be there in a few seconds, so I'm going to get all of this stuff put away and returned, and then we'll figure out what we have to do from there. Okay, now with the ability of super strength, of course, there's no way that I can stack that well with that thing, but we've got some seeds right there. We've got some solid fertilizer right there, some silage that's all stacked up there, and some straw. So the cows have not shut up, but they're happy. They're good. Everything is okay there. Now, $24,000 is what we have in the bank right now. And if we look into the contracts, we see a fertilizing one for 18. That'll get us over. That will get us over the number that we need. Or there's field 96. I think we're just going to go with the extra and borrow. We'll do one more contract today. This will be the last one that we do. And it's only because we only have 24,000, and really what I need is to get a tractor, another tractor that I need to lease for that. But once we pick the grass up, we won't have, remember, we won't have a fermenting silo. So we're going to need to get that first. That's $30,000. This contract should get us enough money to both buy that and rent a tractor. I don't know if it's going to be this time or next time, but that will give us the ability to do that with no lease. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook everything up here, and as always, I will pick it back up when I'm in the field. Now, the best news about doing field 125 is that this is our farm. That's our house right there. And this is the field. So this is going to be an easy one to get done. Probably going to be a very quick one. I remember doing this one the last time. But we'll start in and get it done. Alright, now 2:34, and we are just about done. I just got a notification that said that the mowing was done. I know that the tedding is still going on. We just got done. We're going to finish this up over here because we finished all of them. But it's close to the farm, so we should be back in time, and I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of the day. I think I'll probably get a fermenting silo. Then I'll start seeing how much tractors cost to lease, because we're going to need to lease one. We only own one, and it's currently being used to ted the field. I'll get back to the farm, and I'll pick it up after that. Okay, now back at the farm, and I just looked. The silo that we need is actually 75,000, so I was just a bit off. So I don't know what we're going to end up doing with all of this grass over here. I think we're probably going to end up selling it. I'm not really sure what we're going to do. Maybe we'll make a bunch of hay and sell that. The good news is we don't have to figure it out right now. The good news is that when you mess up at the end of the episode, you have all that time between the next episode to figure out what to do. And I'll probably still choose wrong, but at least I have a little bit of time. That's where we're going to end this one, guys. Thanks for hanging out today. If you made it this far, please hit the like button and please hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 3,000. I'm hoping to get there this summer. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. I'll catch you in the next one. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the dairy. Delaplaine, Arkansas is the place. July 3rd, one day before America's birthday, is the time. And we've got a windrower here that I leased for $5,000. And we have got some things to do today. It is 5:30 in the morning. I don't think I've ever really started this early, but it was really light outside, so I figured why not. There's only so many cartoons you can watch anyway. So we're going to get out in the field and put this down. The goals today, guys. Today is a big one. Now, I don't think we're going to make any money today, which doesn't sound very big, but we are going to get everything prepared to make money. Now, this field right here needs to be windrowed. It is all hay. So what we're going to do is we are going to bale this hay up. And then we are going to pick it all up with a forage wagon. We're going to leave it loose because we're going to use it for the TMR machine, which is, well, through those trees. You know the farm. We're going to use it for that. It looks like one
little part of that the worker missed. That's how green that is. I think that's probably grass right there. But either way, we're going to do this on this field, and I want by the end of the day for these to all be baled up. And then in the other field, we are going to try and bale all of, or I'm sorry, we're going to leave all this loose over here, the hay. In the other field, we're going to bale it up, and then we're going to wrap it for silage. So we'll have all of this picked up and put into the silo over there as loose hay. We'll grab it as we need it and put it into the TMR mixer. And then with the grass over there, we are going to bale it up and wrap it up into silage. Of course, we won't be able to sell it today. We'll have to wait for them to ferment into the grass to ferment into silage. But we all know that that's a ton of money that is sitting there in those fields. It also is needed for the TMR for our dairy cows. Again, the dairy cows are expecting about late August, early September. So we still have some time, but we really need to get moving. So when I told the worker to do this field, I told him not to do the headlands because I think that every time I do that, they mess up. Well, I messed up. I forgot to do the headlands. So this just looks like a little castle or something on top. I don't know. It looks kind of funny. Either way, that is what's happening there. I know you're probably wondering what's going on. That was it. I goofed. Alright, a few minutes before 7, and we're making pretty good progress. It's just that, man, this requires a lot of concentration to try to get both of these windrowed into one without leaving like a little streak. And believe me, I have left some grass or some hay on the field that has not been swapped, like that right there. Just hard, but, you know, I think we're doing okay. It's just, it's not perfect, that's for sure. All right, 7:30, and I can't complain. We've got all of that done. I'm getting over there. I'm just making every line just a little shorter for us. Figure it's a little easier. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts. But I am going to straighten this line out, that's for sure. Don't want to do turns. Just want to be big turns. So that will help that get there. Now, I'm going to focus on here. So I'm going to get the forage wagon, and I'm going to pick this up, and then I'm going to do the grass. I just want to focus on one at a time. I think we'll be able to get both of them done today, which is really good, but again, we all know my time management skills are trash. But hey, we'll try. We're going to be back there in a couple seconds. I will grab the forage wagon and I'll meet you out here in the field. Okay, now 10 of 8 and already out in the field collecting all of this hay. Remember that we have the big one, I think it carries, well, I forget how much it carries, but it carries an insane amount of liters. So, and yeah, we missed a spot, Blue Zach, but we will grab that. I'm gonna grab all of this hay, and I think I might even be able to. This is how big this is. I think I might even be able to grab all of it without even going to the silo. That's something I want to see. We might have to go once. That's my prediction. Watch how wrong I can be. Alright, so I said one time we would have to redo this, and you know, as crazy as it is, I might be right. We might have to stop back there one more time, but here's the real crazy. The TMR mixing station, we just dumped 260,000 liters of hay in there, and it's only 2% full. So I don't think that you're going to have to get to 100. Don't worry, that's not what I think. I'm not freaking out. But this holds a whole lot. And now 9:45, I said that we would have to do it once, right? To come back here once. We went here once, this is twice, and I just wanted to see how little we have left. I wasn't too bad off. I thought I was going to be really embarrassed by that guess, but no, almost nailed it actually. A couple lines, a couple rows, and then we can get on with our day. We can get into the other field and start baling that up. Now, yeah, like I said, the hay is crazy. We have got 481,000 liters. That's 4%. Look at that. It's going to take 10 million liters of hay if we filled that all up. That would be good for years and years. We will need some mineral feed, I think. We're going to need to buy that.
And straw, we have some of it, and maybe we'll just keep that barely on and make sure that this is still willing to run. But we're going to have to do something about this probably next year. All right, now done with the field on the left, and I am going to pick that up when I get over here. That drives me nuts every episode. But yes, all of the hay is done. We are just driving it to the TMR building, and then we are going to grab a baler and a wrapper, and we are going to get over into this field. I want to make silage bales. Where we're driving right now used to be a bunker, if you're new to the series, and I kept falling through it, so that doesn't work. That doesn't work for me. So we're going to get a baler instead, make sure that everything goes well. I was wondering why this didn't go up visually, you know, in the bunkers, and it's because, like I said, it's only 5% full with 500,000 liters of hay in it. It's insane to me still. Oh well, let me lease this. I'm gonna lease the equipment that we need, and then we will get on with our day. Alright, little after 10, and we have got the class quadrant 5300 ready to go. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unfold this so that I can use it. And then I'm going to pick that up. Right here, this drives me nuts every single time, and now I couldn't be happier to tell you that it is off of the road. Alright. That makes me feel so much better, you got no idea. Alright, we're going to get into the field. Recently someone told me or asked me, do you want round bales or do you want square bales? And I told them square bales. Oh, we're doing a little 24 width, by the way. So I didn't know what that was. I never really tried it. Alright. I guess it's going to allow us to do 2 of these at the same time. Now, look, that's cheating. But that's okay, because look at how big this is. It's going to allow us to do 3. All right, we're going to be done with this in no time. I feel like Farm Sim Universe right now, the most unrealistic of mods. I love it. I guess we'll do it. I wouldn't do it before that, but hey, we need the help. I'm sitting here thinking I'm really happy that we have this, but how long would it take to do this entire field? I mean, I think this would be a whole day job if I didn't go 24 inch width. That's not 24. It's 24 feet. That's probably what that is. Anyway, onwards. Okay, now the rain has come. 11 o'clock in the morning. I knew that the rain would be here. That's why I wanted to do the hay first. I think we'll be fine. It's only supposed to rain for about a half an hour to an hour, and then it will just be cloudy, I think, which will be fine for us. The hay is really the one that I didn't want to get wet. This grass here, it can get this wet. It can't get soaked, and it won't, not in an hour. Besides, we'll be wrapping all afternoon. Now it's 12:36. We're in the field, and this is what we're going to be doing the rest of the day, I can tell you that. But there's going to be a ton of silage in this field afterwards, and that's going to be worth it. And by worth it, I mean money. There will be a ton of it, so it's worth spending the rest of the afternoon baling some silage up. Anyway, I will check back in, but yeah, we are going to be here for a while. Okay, now a little after 3, and yeah, I got all of that done. I've got a couple more rows done, but yeah, there's still a whole lot left. I guess that's good news because we'll be able to make some money. That's bad news because we're going to be here for a while. Alright, now 10 after 5, and yeah, finally done wrapping these bales. It took 4 hours to get this done, but we did get it done, and now all of them, including this last one right here, should be fermenting. Now, I think in a couple days we'll all be good. But for me, that is going to wrap it up. Nah, that was a terrible pun. That is going to wrap it up for me today. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you in the next one.